welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum, where we come together as a community to work on our aims, goals, projects, self-care even. I am Cat's Novel Adventures, and my channel is basically about reading books, personal development, and today I am being joined by this amazing group of women. Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz, and in 2026, I will be living my best analog life by consuming only pre-Y2K media.
Ooh. And I'm Laurie, and my channel is Books, Ink, and Paper. I'm a professional coach by day and a YouTube content creator by any free moment that I have, and I have way too many books on my shelves.
Same.
Jen.
I wasn't sure if we were going Lee or Jen. I am Jen. You can find me at Literary Love 123, where I read, analyze, and discuss horror books through a literary lens.
And I'm Lee from Dark Roots Creations. I also share bookish content, and I'm going to be focusing this year on seasonal living and personal learning.
Woohoo! Well, welcome everyone in the chat. Welcome to anybody that's new to Saturday Morning Momentum. Please let us know if you are new to our community. We'd love to get to know you. We have a Discord that you can pop in if you want to be active there as well. And for anyone who is watching on replay, thank you so much for watching the replay and using our Power Hour. We appreciate that. Let us know what you got up to during that time as well. And I want to welcome everybody to our first episode of Saturday Morning Momentum Rise and Remix in 2026. That's what our theme is going to be this year. So we're very, very excited to be here. 2026, I'm hoping is going to be a wonderful year, just of trying to get things done. I personally love a blank slate. I love the first of anything. It is just exciting to me. It's almost like as it's approaching, I get a little giddy about it because it's like, ooh, what are all the things, all my hopes and dreams that I hope to get, accomplished, in a month, in a week, even Mondays. I mean, Mondays, a lot of people have Monday doldrums or whatever. Mondays are always like a fresh break. So like if you kind of messed up a little bit, you can start on Monday and just have at it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the year, that's for sure. Let's welcome our friends here, Pages and Chaos, Miss Jen. Now she is the Pages, her cats are the Chaos. Good morning, all. Happy New Year. I'm struggling a bit this morning, so I'm going to have some coffee and decide what to work on today. That's absolutely amazing. And Swank is here. Howdy, everybody. Happy Festival of Sleep. Happy Play Outside Day and Women Rock Day. Well, we have a bunch of rocking women here, not only here, but in our chat. I can tell you, anyone who has woken up to come to Saturday Morning Momentum, you get about 10 gold stars, okay? Because I know it's tough, especially for my West Coasters, because you are 2 hours behind us. So I know how hard that is. And we appreciate you being here. Krista, woot woot. Good morning. I finally made it to the start of one of these. Well, welcome, welcome. Krista had sprints on New Year's Day, and I just have to give her a gold star for hosting sprints on New Year's Day because, a lot of people stay up late, the night before, celebrating the end of the year and welcoming in the new year. And I loved it because she had, it was like reading, but also productivity. And Jen of Pages and Chaos actually posted in our Discord that Krista used a wheel, kind of like a picker wheel, where she put all kinds of things she wanted to get done that day. And it included fun stuff also, but productive stuff. So like she had read, she had, different tasks she wanted to do. And at one point at a reading session, and then she twisted it again, and then it went to read again. She goes, "Oh no, I'm spinning again," so that she could.
That's a great idea.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, so she gets gold star for doing that.
Yeah.
Hermie's here. Hey, lovely humans. Hello, Hermie from across the pond. How are you doing? Your day has already been in progress, so I'm sure you've gotten a lot done. And there is Laurie wishing everybody hello, hello, hello. And Eleanor's here. Hello. Great start to the new year. So happy you're here. Molly, hello. Welcome, welcome. Blake is in the house. Good morning, Blake. How are you? And Krista said, thanks. I'll take all the stars. Krista, like all of us, we have a bunch of goals that we want accomplished this year. And, it's nice to see what other people are up to. And it's also nice for people to be real and not put on this, image that everybody has it together. It's like a lot of times when you see people in like personal development areas, they're polished. They have it all together because they're teaching you, right? But at the same time, I love when I can find someone that is at that stage of their growth, their personal growth, but they also tell you what their journey and explain to you how they got there, that they weren't just this perfect person that, had all the answers and everything went smoothly. Because I can tell you, if I succeed in one area of my life, sometimes there's other areas that are just like it's a ball of yarn that has unrolled and raveled and got all mixed up. That's kind of how, and you're sitting here trying to pick out where the beginning of that ball of yarn starts. But anyway, so I appreciate seeing people putting in their goals and what they want to work on, because sometimes you share a commonality with that. And sometimes it makes you think, I've been putting that off because it just seems too overwhelming. So it's nice to see someone who's tackling it, and then maybe you could follow their journey and see how they get to it. So Hermie was saying, I wish I could say I've had a lot done today, but it's been a slow one for me today. I'll be using this to get sprints and planners sorted for monthly and weekly stuff. And Krista said, we are on the journey together. I get so motivated by seeing and hearing others' goals and progress along the way. Yeah, 100%. And that was one of the motivations behind Saturday Morning Momentum. Liz and I are accountability partners, and we have been for a couple of years. And we just thought, what if we take it to the next step? What if we take it to the next level and invite a community to come in with us? And I have to say, it's been wonderful. I mean, really, for me, it's been wonderful just to have a community of people who want to not only succeed at their own goals, but are very supportive and happy about other people getting their goals and meeting those. That's very important. And Esther Jane said, I just seen this and very busy taking care of snow. And on the script last night, Lee was on, and I told people I would let the gals know I am with all the snow. We never lost power. Okay.
I'm very glad to hear she had about 2 to 2.5 feet of snow last night.
So. Well, she has been dealing with snow since snow started. The season of snow started. I'm telling you, she is one of the people who have consistently been in the snow. I feel like, Esther Jane, you're like my characters that were in Voices in the Snow. You just stuck there. Hopefully you will thaw out a lot sooner than I let my people thaw out. But how did your week go, Liz? How was the week? Did you eat all the sushi?
I ate all the sushi. I completely disconnected for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and it was just the way to start the new year. So I had a very, very good week.
Excellent. How about you, Laurie?
I had a great week too. I was off until Friday. I worked a little bit. I had 2 clients, but I was happy to do that. And I had chosen to do that, but I got to do fun things. I completed all of my intentions for the week.
Very good.
Which was just like a shock when I looked at them, because I had them in my mind, but I was like, did I do them all? And I did. So I felt very good about that. And I need to go and give myself some stars, but it was fun and it was easy. And I have so many people to thank for the ease of it, because it was not just me. There was lots of people helping and supporting me, including Liz, because my Pango shop is up.
So easy, right?
It's
Yeah.
so easy. Oh my gosh, great. And I sold 2 books already. So I'm super
Yay! Whoop,
I
whoop.
know. Yeah. So
How about you, Jen? How was your week?
It was a pretty good week. I have to give a shout out to Liz also for helping me get started with Pango. I have my shop up. I already sold and shipped 1 book. I only have 2 others posted right now because you're supposed to get them to the post office within 3 days. And with Rena home from school, it was not a fun trip when I shipped the 1 book. So that's going to be one of the things I do when we go into power hour is get the rest of them up, because she'll be back in school next week, so I'll be able to do it. And then I actually filmed, edited, uploaded 3 videos. 2 are already out. The 3rd one, which I agonized over for weeks and weeks, my top 25 books of the year, filmed, edited, uploaded, scheduled to go out at 11 a.m. Central this morning. So that is just like a huge relief. And I've got a little bit of a start on my cleaning and decluttering, not much, because after all that other stuff I did, I just gave myself a lot of time to relax, which was one of my goals or intentions too, especially with Rena home. So we had a relaxed New Year's Eve at home, watched the Stranger Things finale. New Year's Day, one of my daughters came over and we just laughed and, had a good time. So it was a good week.
Nice. And how about you, Lee?
I had a great week. I got my massage.
Oh,
I got all of my projects, so like my organization projects done, and I got all 3 workouts done. I've been off. I go back to work on Monday. I'm not looking forward to it, but it has to happen. So
I saw somebody posted, I think it was my friend Jacqueline, who comes to sprints every once in a while. She was saying, she's a teacher, and she was like, it's not that I don't want to go back to work. It's I don't want to get up at 5 a.m., get dressed, and do all the things, like get back into that specific routine. And I get that because, once you get to work and you get busy, you do what you need to do and you find pockets of joy throughout the day. So I said, that's a great way of reframing it. That's a wonderful way. I
did see all my work emails, and I'm just seeing my boss like adding more stuff to my list. So I just text him on the side. I was like, oh my God, you're annoying me. I'll see you Monday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had a pretty good week too. Barry was off this week. So, I have to like pick and choose what I can and cannot do because, I have to spend time with the people I love, right? And not that I have to, but I want to. It's our people in real life that we are interacting with. And it was nice because it was a week that he didn't have a million things to do to get his mom's house ready for sale, which unfortunately the title company we're dealing with, they postponed it. It was supposed to be yesterday, act of sale. And I was so upset about the fact that, it's one of those things that it's the buildup, and then it doesn't happen. So if all goes well, it's just been a rocky road, this whole selling the house process, and not because there's anything wrong with the house. It's just the hoops that we have to jump through to satisfy, whoever the lender is and the title person or whatever. And sadly, we didn't get to choose who the title people were going to be. Otherwise, we would have had amazing people handle it. But we're not the buyer, we're the seller, right? And so now it's January 16th. So I hope all is well with that. And it really is, because it's one of those things that you just want it off your plate. It's like Jen was feeling where she was like, phew, I don't have to do this, think about this video anymore. It's the same thing. And I didn't have to do really any heavy lifting for it. It's mainly my husband and my brother-in-law. But anyway, I got off on that tangent just to say that he actually had a relaxing week this week and we could, have quality time. But I was able to complete my last week of my body program that I did. I filmed and edited my 25 for 2025 recap. I have to watch it one more time before I upload it just to make sure I catch anything. Because sometimes, believe it or not, I will have watched something 10, 15 times, it seems like. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what is that? Or why is that right there? And I've had to go back and fix. And I also completed all of my book reviews for 2025. So I'm very, very excited about that as well. The only thing I didn't get to was my 2026 list and my word. I'm still trying to think about my word. I think I'm cemented on it. And the reason it's taken me longer for my 2026 is because I am a major nerd and I am playing with the letters and having one letter for each alphabet for each of my aims. And I'm doing pretty good. I just have to get Z.
It's always Z.
Yes, it's always Z. I'm just going to do something like zinger, something off the wall, zany, something. I don't know. Anyway, that was up with me. Swank said, when I show up for Saturday Momentum, I treat myself to bake cookies. That's a nice treat. Esther Jane said, now they say we have 36 to 40 inches total.
Wow.
Yeah, for her with the snow season.
Oh,
Hermie
wow.
said, from a personal perspective, seeing others succeed in their goals is helpful for slumps in my own because it reminds me that we all have ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Plus, happiness is contagious.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. Very well said, Hermie.
Yeah.
And Krista said, the start of my week was busy with both nanny kids from Monday through Wednesday. The school-age dude was home and was very clingy, sweet but clingy. But the end of the week was relaxing and motivating. Yeah, that's awesome. And Swing said, I'm going to work on Pango this week.
Yay.
And Esther Jane said, no, that was a one-day storm. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh,
It's like you're living in Antarctica.
like you would lose a small child in those drifts. If you weren't careful. Not, I mean, really. Oh my gosh.
Well, us folks down here in the South, we're going to send you some of our weather and hopefully get that snow to calm
I'm
down.
about to put my air conditioner on in a few minutes. That's how balmy it's become again. And then it'll be cold again tomorrow.
Yes.
The
South is literally the one place you can live where you will see all 4 seasons in one day.
It's true. And I do miss the snow. I do miss Chicago a lot. And I worry about my family up there in Minnesota too, because it's so much snow. But I remember when I was a kid, they would literally plow the streets and my dad would, and his neighbors would shovel the snow, and it would be as high as I was sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I realized that that's not unusual, but it was fun when I was 5.
Because you didn't have to shovel it or do anything to prepare for it. You just had to be there, and if you wanted to go play in it, get into your little snow
chase my neighbors, my friends. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are your intentions for Power Hour, Liz?
Oh, let's see. Well, I started back. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I don't know, but I have a couple of little tweaky things I have to do with it. And then to make people feel better about being successful at every endeavor, because I am often not, I will show you. The other thing I want to do is I thought it would be a good idea to create my own reading binder this year. So I watched some YouTube tutorials and I'm like, how hard could it be? Y'all, this is what it looks like right now. It's hard. It does not look good. I don't care. It'll be functional, but I'm going to try and, make it a little bit prettier during the Power Hour. But
awesome. I love that.
Sometimes you will flop. It's okay. You can still use it.
I think you're being too hard on yourself, Liz.
Oh, I'm not. You need to see it in person.
Oh, gosh. Laurie, how about you? What are your intentions?
A similar intention for me. This arrived on Monday. So I had said I had gotten one and I like it. I've started to put things in. In fact, I started to put something in and realized I did it wrong. So I don't care. I'm just going to let it be. But it's all just stats. And so I'm going to work in this a little bit today. And then if there's time left, I got this spreadsheet too, that it's like a 5-year spreadsheet to track your reading and stats. And I hadn't really finished it in 2025. I know none of you are surprised. I have a lot of loose ends, and I'm just going to let them go and fly away because I can't. So I'm not the perfection of booktube or life in general sometimes, but so I'm going to see about that. But I also need help because I can't figure out how to switch it from 2025 to 2026. And I know there's a way, so I'm going to have to bring it to Lisa if I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I know. It's frustrating when you can't figure out how to do a certain whatever it is, whether it's technology or just a flip of the switch of something. I get it. Friends in the chat, please let us know what y'all are doing for intentions for Power Hour 2. We're very curious to see what y'all are going to be up to. Jen, what do you have on your agenda?
Laundry and Pango.
Very nice. Okay. Lee?
I have a list of things that I want to get done, but I realize if I don't schedule them, they're just wishes. So I'm going to figure out a way to schedule all these things in somewhere so they actually happen instead of just looking at the list and being sad. So schedule them.
Very good. I love that. I'm all into the planning part of it. I say this all the time. I could get 1,000,000 gold stars for planning. It's executing that I need to be better at. Doesn't mean I don't always let everything fall by the wayside, but I love the planning phase. I just think it's really fun. It's exciting. And then it's like, okay, now I have to actually execute it. Was I really excited about this? Was it an idea? No. Or what about real life?
Yeah, and it's funny because sometimes something will push you off the edge because I had decided I was gonna, open the Pango or list the stuff. I didn't really realize I was gonna open it until I listed one book and it opened. Like it was just immediate. Here's your book. It's on your, and I was like, I wasn't prepared. So then I just decided to do the whole list, the whole stacks, just get it over with. And I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't said yes to doing it in that moment. Cause I'll just keep saying, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that. But it was just, it was really a surprise. So
I forgot to.
I'm glad it was a good surprise.
It was a good surprise. Like, oh, okay, here we go.
Wink said, I'm going to start one-page tools, the Eisenhower Matrix, focus on what truly matters. Ooh. Very nice. Wink likes to read her self-help books in personal development during Saturday Morning Momentum. Krista says, I have a long to-do list, so I'm knocking off a bunch of the quick ones, water plants, sweep the kitchen, etc., and maybe have a shower since I finished my workout right before we started. Woo!
Good.
Gold stars for that as well. Yeah. Blake said, I got the same planner as Laurie. Mine is on the way. I need to set my weekly goals, my YouTube schedule, and have some coffee. And I am going to watch my video so that I can upload it to YouTube. And if I have time, once I'm finished, I'll work on planning my Friday. So planning my week, which I was supposed to plan on Friday. Those are going to be the two things that I'll be doing. So let's get our kitty cat up, our little timer. I feel like it's been like literally a year, like a whole calendar year, not just a week. I mean, we did have Saturday Morning Momentum last Saturday, but I guess because of so many things happening in between, it feels like we've been gone from each other for so long. Okay, there's our timer. Everyone, I hope y'all get everything you want accomplished. Happy Power Hour. We are back. Whew. What a power hour. I love when I get a lot accomplished in a power hour. I feel so accomplished. Like I almost feel like a person that could run through a field, like a meadow. Flowers, like, you know, with some kind of really great song playing in the background.
It's like that Little House on the Prairie opening, and you're just frolicking.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's like, oh, I just love it. It's just like no cares in the world. Everything is going smoothly. So how did you do, Liz? You were
Really
busy.
well. Yeah, I was super busy. Let's see, what did I do? Oh, I got my Substack, I think, squared away. Still don't know what I'm doing, but it's published. So if anyone writes over there, let me know. We can be friends. And then I worked on my little sad book and movie binder for the year. But I did get like all of my bingo boards.
Can I do it? Do you mind sharing it? Let me put you up. Show it.
It's not share worthy, but it's just like, you know.
Look how pretty.
It's not anything impressive at all. But I'm gonna sticker it because I remember watching one of Kelsey's videos and she said, when in doubt, sticker everything. That's what I'm gonna do.
We call those in the scrapbooking world, in the scrapbooking universe, we call those sticker sneezes.
There's gonna be a lot of sneezes.
If there's no rhyme and reason to them and they're just out there, that's a sticker sneeze.
Yeah, that's my MO.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I think it looks beautiful. I think you're too hard on yourself. I like how it's just all nice and neat, and you know, you got the color scheme going. That makes my little scrapbooking heart happy for sure.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Laurie? How did you do?
I did pretty well. I got some things updated in my Novel Yours reading tracker, and they had one that you could create a bingo board, so I made myself a bingo board. That was the funnest part, I think. So yeah, I got a good bit done. I got some series listed that I want to track this year, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I think I made the right decision in not doing it the way I did it last year.
Perfect. And how about you, Jen?
I got laundry started. I posted more books on Pango, and then Tim got a sitter for Rena tonight, so he and I can go out for dinner and a date night.
Woo-hoo! I like that.
Yes.
Romance with your hubby.
Yeah. I guess we can still romance after all these years.
Yep. I think that's important.
It is. It really is. Especially when you're parenting, you know, a child who is severely disabled. It's very important to keep that couple connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. How about you, Lee?
I did great. I got my whole list planned out, so that was it.
Yes, that's perfect then. I mean, gold star, right? I watched my video and it is uploading. Do y'all find that it takes longer to upload?
Some days, yes. Some days it is excruciating. Yeah.
I haven't been uploading videos, but I just, whenever I look at the number, I'm like, really? It's going to take that long? Like it never seemed like it would take that long before in the past. So I don't know. I'm like, maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but just seemed like, a long time. So I got that uploaded and I made my list for next week. And looking forward to getting some stuff done, for that. And texted Andrew because he and I are supposed to be getting together today and have a little fun day together. And then I started my to-do list. You would think I would have done the to-do list first thing this morning when I got up, but no, I did not. I bypassed that. So I'll write everything out, and the things I've already accomplished for today, I'll just scratch them out because I have to give myself credit for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so let's see how everybody else did. We did have some of our friends pop in. Elizabeth Sagewood is here. Good morning, my loves. I'm working on my reading journal this morning and hoping to finish The Silent Companions today. Cold here in the mountains, surrounded by ice fog this morning. Elizabeth is located in Canada. So that is what she is dealing with this morning. And then our friend Kaylin popped in. Morning. I missed most of this, unfortunately, but hope everyone has a great, productive morning. And like I told her, you're here now. That's all that matters. Really.
That's right.
And then Hermie said, I've worked out when I'm doing sprints and put them in the planners and calendars. Just need to set that up now and confirm with my book club co-host before I can share on the schedules. Nice. And Hermie said, why do I consistently underestimate how long things take to do?
I understand.
I suffer from that too, Hermie. I feel like I need to tack on an hour to anything I do. Like if I think it's going to take 15 minutes, it's really going to take an hour and 15 minutes. I'd rather tack on extra time and be pleasantly surprised that I can get it done. I'm very slow. I don't know how to get any faster, but I think I've always been slow ever since I was a little kid. You know, even running, even when I would run a race, I mean, I was fast, but I was slow at the same time, if that makes any sense. I would never have gone to the Olympics. Thank you, Kaylin. I appreciate that. Jen said, I did 2 spinner wheel tasks, started 1 load of laundry and shredded all my papers that have been sitting for months. That probably feels wonderful, like you want to run through a meadow. I also finally set up my new coffee maker I got for my birthday. Yay. Did you make a cup of coffee after you set it up? Did it taste different? I need to know. Swank says, Hermie, it's ADHD. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't have ADHD and I'm just slow. Elizabeth says, why are we all so hard on ourselves for our journal abilities? It looks beautiful, Liz. I know.
I am a laminated itinerary type A person. These non-straight lines are just doing me in.
Yeah, I still have to make my little journal box and stuff. I say journal, but my little tracker for January. I totally forgot about it. I was like, even when I got to the end of December, I didn't even dawn on me. You know what? You need to make another chart for January. Thankfully, it'll be a little bit smaller because I like to change it up. Hermie said, brains are weird.
Yes.
But they're beautiful. And Hermie says, a second, Elizabeth, the journaling looks great. Kaylin thinks your plans sound awesome. Sound fun, Jen. And Krista said, I had a shower and knocked off 5 items from my to-do list: sweeping, laundry, water plants, 15 minutes Christmas cleanup, and posted on Pango. Woohoo! Yes. Lots of gold stars for that. I think that's the one thing I will have to say, focused time really does help. You get, like, if you set your agenda, what you want to try to fit in, it does light a fire under me a little bit more. Because I'm like trying to get that done. Hermie said, nice, neat, and ready for a good stickering. Eleanor said, I picked out 2 books from my TBR for the Mardi Gras Readathon. Excellent. For those of you that don't know, Laurie is the creator of the Mardi Gras Readathon. I am, have the honor of co-hosting again with her this year. So very excited about it. Fever Dream by George R.R. Martin and The House on Esplanade by Karen White both take place in New Orleans and are spooky. Laurie, if you want, go ahead and put your link to your announcement video in the chat.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I would love if, Eleanor, if when you finish Fever Dream, if you could tell me what you think of it, because I don't know anyone else who's ever read it, and I'm so interested what other people thought of it.
And I read The House on Esplanade, and I enjoyed it. I didn't realize it was the 3rd in the series, and it was a NetGalley, so I wanted to go back to the beginning, but I will.
Hermie said, if you're using the same computer as you're sprinting on, it could just be that. My computer has a full-on hissy fit if I dare to sprint and upload or film or edit at the same time. No, it's not that. it could be that my iPad, I do all my editing on my iPad. It could be that my iPad's 100 years old, and that is the issue. It could also be, our slow ass Wi-Fi that we have. There's no telling. I mean, even though they tell you this is the way Charter gets around, or well, it's Spectrum now, gets around. They tell you can upgrade your speed, but then when you look at it, it says you can upgrade up to. It will be up to that speed. So you're never going to get the true thing about it. But no, yeah. I just think I have funky Wi-Fi. Swank said, finish the Eisenhower book, major short before okay. Got 32% into the ultimate ADHD workbook for women. Very good. Jamie's here. Good morning, ladies. Just popping in before work. I hope you have a good work day, Jamie, and a wonderful weekend. Kaylin said, yes, I love the neat color coordinated journals and how different styles work for different people. Yeah. That's the thing about journals. There's like, when you look at people's journals, it's like amazing to me how much creativity is out there, how everybody looks different. And I can't wait. Kelsey said she's going to do a video of her top spreads that she did this year. And when she and I met up for our Christmas exchange, I got to see what she had updated since my last visit. And of course, just love looking at everything she does in her journals. I'm like, so I can't wait because she is going to be scrapbooking with my friends and I in June. So I think she's going to be very inspirational to the people around us with all her creativity. And Jen said, yes, I did. Ooh. I love that. Her coffee. And to Jen, I love using a spinner wheel too. And sometimes I like using a dice to pick my to-do list to change it up. That's a good idea too. The dice. 1 year, Lindsay and Sarah did a dice game for the summer. And what was neat about it is the way they had it, the dice across and the dice down. And I think that year they also had some other little things in it, not necessarily all just books, but anyway, so whatever you rolled, you could decide, do I want it over here for this dice over here or over here? And so like whichever one you thought was better, that's what you use.
Like
so I thought that was pretty cool. Kaylin says, I love stickers. I need more excuses to use all the ones I have. Yeah, I'm a sticker fiend also. I do like them. And Jen says that's also a good idea about the dice. Krista said, when my brother was here living with me, he worked from home, so we paid for the business level Wi-Fi. It's so fast. I don't need it anymore technically, but don't think I could go back. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that for sure. And this is Laurie's announcement video for Mardi Gras Readathon, which should be kicking off on January the 6th, correct?
No, we're doing the 17th to the 17th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, technically the season starts on January
Correct.
6th.
Yes,
Right.
technically.
Okay.
But we've got people eating king cakes here and doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know about you, but it's like, really already? Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Like, can't you wait? But people here in the South, Mardi Gras people, just they would have Mardi Gras all year long if they could.
Yes.
In fact, have you noticed that in the stores, or I don't know if it's all stores, but I know the bakeries, they will make king cakes to fit different seasons.
Oh yeah, it's
They don't call it a king cake, but that's really what it is. It's a king cake.
What are king cakes? I know they have a little baby inside of them, like a little.
Basically a huge donut.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of them are plain with just sugar on the top of it, but then some of them are filled with all kinds of goodness.
Okay,
So
but more like a donut.
Yes, but it could be fruit filled. It could be cheese filled. It could be whatever. I mean, it just depends on. I mean, some people get super creative with them.
It's very sugary usually in some way.
So good.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is good. I can only have
but a little goes a long way for sure.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you get. If you get a filled one, it's a little more intense than just getting a plain one.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the
So,
baby, people have choked on, so you need to be careful if you order one.
well, yeah. And also too, a lot of times they put the baby on the outside so
True.
that you can put the baby on inside so that you know where it's going. So I guess
Like,
if you have little ones, you can make sure they're getting a slice that's not, you know,
yeah.
what the
I'm
baby's
trying to think of who it was the other day. It's and I can't believe I don't remember this because we used to get a king cake from her every year, but she's out in the middle of nowhere where we used to live in Mississippi. They make 1,000 king cakes a day during this season. I'm not joking you. And they're not my favorite ones, but I mean I've eaten them before, but 1,000 a day. I can't imagine what some of the places in New Orleans do.
Oh yeah, like Haydell's Bakery, the day that they are about to open the doors to do their king cake season to kick off, there is a line.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Huge line waiting for those doors to open. It's just it's insane. Yeah. How they do it. And just to let you know, the whole point of the baby is if you get the baby, you buy the next king cake.
That's true. Some people are probably thinking, why would you put a baby?
You get the little baby. Everybody's like, "Oh, I got the baby." Well, guess what? You get to buy the next king cake. So when I taught school, we always had king cakes. The kids would bring king cakes in, weekly, leading up to the actual day. And yeah, that once that season was over, I was so sick of king cakes that I'm like, I never want to see one forever. Forever. Hermie said, "Oh, I did do something else in Power Hour that I'm excited for, and that signed up for line dancing classes. And I'm really excited for it. Woohoo! I love that. I love that. That is an adventure. Yeah, I love that. Kat, you are deliberate, not slow. Thank you, Eleanor. I'm going to write that down. I am not slow. I am deliberate." Yes, thank you. Thank you, Eleanor. That makes me feel much better. That's a happiness boost. Hermie said, "I do have 2 left feet and direction can be an issue, so I might not be welcome there long." I think you're going to do amazing. And live king cake. Thanks for sharing the link to Laurie. I will check it out. And love king cake. I was like, live king cake. I thought maybe you wanted us to have a live king cake. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I guess
we could do that later on and into the actual
and the actual season. Because king cakes, there's so much variety with it that I mean, you could try different bakeries and there is a different spin on each one. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Laurie said, "Great, Hermie. We would love to have you." And the group read is shared in the video. And Eleanor recommends Karen White books for anyone that likes cozy mysteries set in Charleston and New Orleans. Excellent.
Oh, I didn't know she did Charleston too. I love Charleston.
And Elizabeth said, "A baby in a cake. How wonderfully macabre."
Exactly.
I know. I can just imagine anyone who did not hear any of the conversation except a baby in the cake. And, I'll have YouTube contact me. What are you doing? That's kind of controversial content.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah.
Blake said, "Mardi Gras is my favorite holiday, and I would have it all year round." Yeah.
I would not, but I'm glad you
Yeah, Mardi Gras in New Orleans. That's the one thing about being on the North Shore. We do have Mardi Gras, and it interferes just a little bit. But if you work in New Orleans or you live down in New Orleans around the parade routes, it's really not fun.
Same in like Mobile, Alabama, where I'm close to, because we have Mardi Gras in Mobile. And people get all antsy and be, argumentative. And it did start in Mobile. I will say that. It started in Mobile, Alabama, but that's always like a big thing. I'm like, does it matter where it started? Let's just have fun. But I haven't been to a parade in a long, long time. And I think I know the last time I went to Fat Tuesday, I was in college. And so I have zero interest in all of that. It's just too much. But everybody, have a good season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every year I say I'm going to go to Muses because I love Muses, but I've never been to Muses. But I love the way that, the shoes that they decorate. Every parade has a different thing, and they have shoes that they throw shoes. And I have friends that are on the floats in Muses, so I can probably guarantee I'll get a shoe. Megan always gets a shoe from them, but it's a night parade for one, and it's just like I don't know. But one of these years I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I have never been to Muses either, but the shoes are fantastic.
That's
They really
only one
are.
I've ever been to, but yeah, they're gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Yeah, in New Orleans, the only ones I've been to are Endymion and Bacchus, and that was so long ago. And those are pretty cool. They always have a celebrity that rides,
They do.
So it's neat to see who's going to be the king or the queen. I don't know. Do they have a queen? Yeah, they've had women riders, haven't
Most
they?
parades have queens, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah.
But it's been so long, and I have never, ever, ever, and I will never, ever, ever go to New Orleans on Mardi Gras Day because that's just, it's too much.
It's
too
good
much.
advice.
Yeah, we always went to the truck parade in Metairie, Jefferson and the Elks and all that kind of stuff. But we haven't been in ages because we don't live over there anymore. And Barry works normally on Mardi Gras Day. So, and I'm not going by myself. Blake said Mardi Gras in St. Louis is a big deal.
That's true.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Eleanor says I have one of those plastic babies in my trinket drawer. Very nice.
You can make a homemade king cake.
That's right.
Elizabeth says it's like Stampede here in Calgary. It's a 10-day rodeo and absolute chaos. Yeah, it's just one big party. Yeah, I mean, New Orleans, they'll do anything. They don't really need much of an excuse to have a party. They just say, okay, let's have this festival so we can have a party.
Yes, it's true. And it's the one on Mardi Gras Day, the one I went to, it was the last one I went to. And not that I enjoyed it, but they are just it's just so much, so many people.
Yeah, my husband has been, and he said you wouldn't like it. That's what he tells me. You wouldn't like it. It's just too many people. Look, I mean, sometimes I'm in Walmart and I'm like about ready to there's just too many people here in Walmart. I have to leave.
Yeah, and my daughter lives on that route, and so I can park at her house, obviously, and that's a big problem at Mardi Gras time. And then I can walk down to the parade, which is also good. But the last time I did this, and it's a morning parade, you guys, I could not leave New Orleans till 6:00 at night because of the traffic. Yeah,
that's another thing is the traffic. Yeah. You either have to leave early and make sure you park somewhere that you can get out.
Yeah.
So that way you can get out and get
the whole day. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about our intentions for the upcoming week. What are you planning to do, Liz?
Well, let's see. I don't go back to work for a while, so I want to try to lean in on my analog challenge for myself this year and read a lot of books, watch some old TV shows, things like that. I also have to do some writing. We're going to have another special issue for Horror Homeroom. I think it's going to be on dolls, those who inhabit them. In case anyone is interested, you can look for that CFP. And then I'm going to try to start my big, massive clean for the year. I want to clean every room in my house and declutter and get it organized once and for all. So that's like the big year project. So I'd like to target a room this week and try and get it done.
Excellent. I love those plans.
Yeah.
Very nice. Laurie, what do you have?
Well, I am returning to work on Monday for the, full time again. So I'm not going to add anything about work to this because I'm going to ease myself in. So this week I'm going to read 2 books. I may not finish them, but I'm going to read 2 books. And one of them is going to be a Nook book because I started to read my Nook. I'm going to update these reading trackers, both spreadsheet, hopefully, and the physical one I got. I'm going to add some more books to my Pango shop because I have a box of them. I'm going to post some content on YouTube. I'm going to meal prep because we have been eating like heathens. Like, I don't know how we're going to keep this up. So we are going to prep some healthy food this week. And I'm going to update my Discord, especially because I didn't put the Mardi Gras readathon on there yet, which I need to do. And then we've had some new people that have joined probably as a result of that video. So I want to make sure. And I just have not, I've really kind of let my Discord be a side thing. And I need to, it's kind of a yearly intention for me, is that I need to there.
It initially can be a lot of work. It just depends on how busy your Discord gets, is how much you put into it, you know, whatever. And mine ebbs and flows. I'm using Hermes phrase there. Mine ebbs and flows depending on what's going on. And but it's you kind of don't think about things coming up and doing it ahead of time. At least that's for me. It's like, oh shoot. This is January 1st, and our book club is starting again. So let me jump in there with things that I need to do. Yeah. So I get it. Yeah. Alicia said, hello, Kat and everyone. Just joining late, but having issues. I can comment, but video is not loading. Ooh.
Oh, well.
Hate that you're having tech issues. What about you, Jen? What's on your agenda for this week?
I have a neurologist appointment on Wednesday and a therapy appointment on Thursday, so taking care of both of those. I am going to get started. Like Liz, I have a year-long project of cleaning and decluttering the house, so I'm going to get started in one room this week. I am not, but this is like I can't get into the whole thing, but OutSchool is not doing well for me, as far as like I don't get paid and I don't teach unless students sign up for my classes, and there's been a real drop off, not just for my classes but a lot of OutSchool classes for a few reasons. So I had 2 classes scheduled for Tuesday with no students, and then I have classes scheduled for Thursday. Each one only has 1 student in it. One is a 4-week class, and I would maybe not teach that to just one. The other is a 12-week semester class. So if it stays at just one, I can't, time wise and, financially, that's just not something I can do. So I'm not sure where that's going to go. So I've got to kind of think about changing something, doing something. Some of it's out of my hands, like I said,
right.
To do with the way things are being done in certain ways. So, that's my week.
Yeah, that is disappointing. Disappointing, but maybe it's setting you up for something bigger in the future. And if you weren't going to let it go on your own, or like it's kind of like blocking you from another project that you want to do, maybe that will open up. I'm a firm believer in silver linings, even if you don't see them right away and it pisses you off when it's happening.
Yes.
Just saying. But sometimes you're like, man, I'm so glad that did happen, because I don't think I would have changed. I would have just kept going if I wouldn't have done that. So sometimes those, stumbling blocks actually make you fall into a different path. I guess.
They do. You reminded me then of Friends, whenever Rachel, like for any of my fellow Friends fans, when Rachel really wants to be in fashion, but she keeps working at the coffee shop, and like Chandler tells her, you have to quit the coffee shop and get the fear. You have to get the fear. So you got to go and do whatever it is you really want to do. So maybe I just need to get the fear.
That's right. Yeah. And become one of those fierce women.
Right.
It happened to me. I got laid off, surprisingly, because they were restructuring, and I had I really thought I was not going to be the one laid off, but I should have known because I was part-time. So they were like, they needed a full-time, but I then just opened my own business, and I went out and found money. Like, it was like, okay. And I've been doing that since 2016. So you got this. Something will happen.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it will. It will, because I think what will happen is then you'll get some clarity, and you can actually pay attention to what the universe is throwing at you.
Yep, exactly.
So
it will help you too. And they really will. So, yeah.
How about you, Lee?
I am going to plan on, my intentions are to take down my Christmas decor, do a planning session on Monday, start my new Bible study, do my Q1 budget. I want to do a booktube refresh of my page. And this sounds so silly, but I just want to get this over with. I want to watch Mission Impossible Final Reckoning so I can cross it off my list that I finished watching all the Mission Impossibles.
That is not silly.
I'm
That
like,
is
this needs to happen
absolutely-
already. I've
fun.
been saying
That is adventurous. I think that's wonderful.
I also think this might be a good time to mention my little monthly focus that we're going to be doing
Yes.
going forward. So we figured for us and for everybody in the chat, so we can all be working on something together, we're going to start something called a monthly focus. And for this month, we're going to start where it's going to be called Just Start January. There's going to be 3 levels to it. Either 1, you just want to dip your toe in. You don't want to have a huge commitment. You don't need the stress in your life, so you're just going to pick 1. If you can handle a little bit more, you can pick 2. If you're like, I'm all ready to go in on 2016, you could do all 3. And trust me, none of these 3 are that big of a deal that it's going to stress your life out. So the first option is to pick a word of the year. The second option is to come up with 1 or 2 things that you want to track daily: drinking water, exercise, waking up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, whatever works for you. And the third one is to organize your digital space, cleaning out your folders, emptying out your trash bin, whatever it is you need to do. So you can pick any one of those if you want to do 1, and either for 2, or you could do all 3. Kat is going to set up an accountability circle on Discord for us, so you guys and us can all put what we're doing there and how we're doing, follow up throughout the month, and then at the end of the month, we'll come back and we'll see how we did. And then for February, we will have a different focus.
Yes. So the channel is going to be up there. It's there. Lee and I have to talk about exactly how we want to put it, the information in there. And then it'll be live for y'all to work on that. I'm very excited about this. I believe Lee is going to reveal the next month's challenge, I guess we want to say that, or focus actually, monthly focus at the end of the month. So at the end of January, then she'll reveal the next one so people can kind of think about what they want to do with that. So I appreciate Lee doing that. We will also be putting out recommendations also throughout this. Saturday Morning Momentum is evolving, and we don't quite know what it's going to become. It's become more than I thought it was going to, be just since I launched it last year. So anyway, we're just excited about having some new little segments and things to share with y'all. My intentions for this week are to cement my 26 and 2026 list. I will complete that word for Lee's focus for sure. I have one in mind. I just have to, go with it. I even printed up the definitions to see if it kind of aligns with my aims that I have, and I think it does. I need to film and edit my Poe video as far as recommendations. And then I want to start a new body program on January 5th. So I need to look through that this weekend and see which one I want to start. And then I have 2 buddy reads that I'm starting on Sunday, one with the Beaumont Brady group, which is Lying in Wait. And then the second one is with Alex, my Dark Tower number 3. We're starting that one, and that one will take all week to do, not all week, all month to do, to finish that one up. So I'm very excited about both of those books for sure. It should be a good time. The Beaumont Brady group took a break in December, so it's nice to get back to that. So let's see how everybody else is doing. I had it, and then we had a bunch of comments come in, and I'm excited. Jen said, my intentions are to not die my first week back. Yeah, that I can understand that, Jen, because you have not been keeping your same schedule. I never did when I taught. I used to always tell myself, I'm going to be really good and I'm going to stay on my schedule. Nope. That never happened for me when I taught. Krista said, I'd like to figure out a reading tracker for the year. Not sure what I want to do this year for that. I need to meal prep tomorrow too. Excellent. Swank said, I'll be working on my to-do list and doing what I can. Nice. Hermie said, my intentions are to get back into normal YouTube routines, do the action for happiness prompts every day, and get my personal curriculum set up, plus this year's Bujo set up and usable.
Bullet journal.
I was going to say, I think
It's like a book. She calls it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's her journal. Okay. I see. I get it. Okay. Alicia said, my intentions for this week are to finish Christmas Takedown and reading sprints on Sunday and reading. Excellent. Hermie said, I want to keep up with doing Move for Mind too. Yeah, this year, just Gretchen Rubin's challenge is move 26 in 26. And the premise is just to move in some capacity for 26 minutes daily. And it doesn't have to be all done at one time. And it could be anything. On her Happier app, she's got a bingo board. And it has things like go outside and walk around and take pictures or do whatever you want to do out there. Another one is like when you're waiting for your coffee to, make in your coffee maker, do 5 squats or 10 squats, like kind of moving your body throughout the day, or do like 26 minutes. So I like that because one of my aims, of course, is to exercise daily. So that just kind of keeps me, I like that don't break the chain thing. Oh, I got a report. I did my 26 minutes at least. Eleanor said, I plan to start the layout of my first ever reading journal. Yay. Hope to keep it simple and not get hung up with it looking perfect. Good for you, Eleanor. Travis popped in. Hey, I made it last minute. Just woke up. Happy New Year. My intentions for the day is to finally clean up some and work on my big Pokemon reading project. Have a watch party for a long walk later on. Excellent. Yeah. If you don't know, Travis has a wonderful Discord. He is very active in there with reading challenges as well as watch parties. Travis, if you can, if you're still here, pop your Discord link in the chat so people that might want to check that out. Alicia said, yay, I had to switch computers to make it work and be able to watch. I wonder, Alicia, if your device that you were on that was giving you trouble needs an update.
Yeah.
And I love that. Jen says, oh, I need this focus. I'm in. I love that a lot. Yeah. So we're going to have that accountability corner for people. And it's not that you have to be perfect. It's not anything about being perfect. We're just throwing some things out there if people want to, focus on something. And sometimes it's very simple things that can really make your day, can make your month, can kind of like give you that little motivation that you need. Krista said, focus is my word for the year. So I'm in. I love that. Focus was my word. I want to say either 2021 or 2022. It was one of my years I had focus and it helped. That was a really good year for me and love it. My word is ease. Like that one too. And that's exciting. And my word for the year is completion. I want to complete unfinished projects and unfinished book series. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I DNF Gunslinger last night. I was so lost and could not care enough about anything going on this year. If a book doesn't hook me after 50 to 60 pages, I'm moving on. Too many books for that. Yeah, The Gunslinger is an acquired taste. I will say that. I mean, I loved it. It was a reread for me. But I care a lot about Roland, even though he's a flawed character. And I really want to see if he makes it to the Dark Tower and what happens when he gets there. Hermie said, the hardest one, weirdly, for me is the word. I was telling Jen, I think that normally that's an easy one for me, but this year is not coming to me yet. A couple of ideas, but nothing has stuck yet. Yeah, that is the same for me, Hermie. I made a list as I was doing the Artist Way. Every time a word would come to me, I'd write it down. And for some reason, this one word just keeps coming back to me. And I'm like, does it really fit what I want to do? But I guess it does. So I may just go with it and see how it works out. Kaylin said, I want to read 26 books on my backlist and color 100 pages from a coloring books. Those are creative goals. Yeah, those count. Travis said we lost our work from home days starting next week, so I also got to get used to getting up at 5 a.m. now for work because I chose to do 4:10s so I can have Friday off. Whew.
It'll be worth it.
That is a big change. Hermie said, Move for Mind is a fundraiser, but a similar premise. I'll move for 31 minutes a day for January. It's my first step in training to hike my first mountain in May. I love that. That is amazing. Highs to Travis. And then Travis said, oh, sorry, one more thing for the year. I'm finally writing a book this year and starting research next month, Gothic gay romance retelling of a beloved musical. That sounds awesome.
Can't wait.
And Alicia says, I will check. It was my desktop computer that I was on, now on hubby's desktop. And here is Travis's Discord if anyone would like to check it out. Like I said, he's got plenty of reading challenges, lots of graphics and printables and watch parties, a lot going on over there. And morning to Kaylin. I love completion for a word of the year. I may have to steal that. And Nancy's here. Hello. My word of the year is empower. I love it. Love it. And you got this, Travis. I wish I could do 4:10s.
Yeah.
And I think my word of the year for me is peace. I want to just do what I need and want to do this year with all the peace I can get. That's a wonderful word. Very nice. Liz, do you have a word for the year picked out?
Not completely. I keep going back and forth. I just loved my word last year and I haven't found something that like resonates the same way. So I don't know yet. I think it might be build, but I don't think so. It's not as my word last year was Jessica Fletcher, which was perfect for me. And so I want to try and find something like
and very whimsical, very whimsical.
Yeah.
I know that's one of the things that Gretchen and her sister talk about when making the words. Gretchen is she's an upholder and very like type A and likes to have like infrastructure and, words like that. And so she went off the rails and started picking some words like wave or, door, just because of things going on in her life. Her sister always would pick fun things, like I think her word last year was bounce, but her symbol was a kangaroo. And it was just, it just shows the difference in personalities of what you pick.
And the symbolism really helped me last year.
Yes.
Just having something beyond a word, but more like a symbol, I found really, really helpful.
Yeah. Like I had Phoenix. Phoenix was mine and I liked it because that symbol was very powerful for me. So I did like that last year, but I don't know. I have an idea of what I might use for my symbol. So we shall see. Laurie, your word you said was ease. Jen, your word is, you picked your word.
I did. It's a connection.
Yeah. I like that. And Jen posted in the inspirational channel explaining all what that word means to her. Lee, what is your word?
For months, I thought my word was going to be rebrand because my word for 2025 was healing. So I felt I just needed to have a new identity for myself, but it's going to be intentional. Everything I want this year is to be intentional.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. And Swank said her word is hope. And Travis said, my word piece also will be my mental health and other disorders like my OCD has been the worst it's ever been. So I'm trying to just breathe and remember I can't control everything. That's true. We think that we control a lot more than we actually do. We don't really control much. Just to let y'all know that. It took me a long time to realize that in my life. Intentional, that is a good word. Yeah, I think I love the words. I love seeing what other people's words are and why they pick them, just to make it through their year, how it affects certain goals that they choose or how it drives them to accomplish things. It's just a lot of fun, in my opinion. Okay, so that is the end of our first episode of the new year, y'all.
Yay.
Give ourselves a gold star for that, I think. And I'm just very excited about what this year has in store. Look at our overachiever, Quick Draw McGraw. Alicia says, I'm already completing the project, DVD shelf. Look at you guys. I call her Quick Draw McGraw because she types extremely fast. And yay, thank you for Saturday Morning Momentum. Y'all are quite welcome. I mean, we are so excited to be here with y'all and look forward to our weekly get-togethers and hope that we can really get a lot accomplished in 2026. Thank you so much, Jen, for being here. Have a great weekend yourself. Have a wonderful week. Drink an extra little cup of coffee on Monday to get yourself, really powered up for that Monday morning.
Yeah.
And Alicia said not only did she complete it, she built it.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
You have a gold star that's so heavy it wouldn't even fit on your DVD holder. That's how big it is. And Travis says, you ladies are amazing and so inspiring. Love y'all and can't wait to see how this year goes. Same back to you, Travis. We love you as well. And look at our Eleanor. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a great week. Same to you, Swank. Thanks today, lovely humans. Same to you, Hermie. You have a wonderful weekend. And thanks to everyone who is here. Thanks to everyone who's watching on rewatch. We will be back here next Saturday, 8 a.m. Until then, y'all stay amazing and be adventurous. Just be safe in your adventures. Love y'all.
Bye.